Hello and welcome to Prudent IAS, one-stop solution for all the competitive exams. In continuation of our discussion on case studies from General Studies paper 4 Ethics section, we have come up with another interesting case study. First, I'll read out this case study for you and then we'll solve the questions. You are Mr. Ravi, a young IAS officer currently posted in a district with ongoing communal tensions. During your personal time, you post a comment on social media condemning hate speech and subtly criticizing a political leader's recent controversial remark. Now, very common, right? The post goes viral. Some people praise your courage, while others accuse you of violating the service conduct rules and showing political bias. The DC summons you, the district collector summons you and reminds you of the All India Service Conduct Rules 1968, asking you for a written explanation. You believe in freedom of speech, but you are also aware that your position demands political neutrality. So, this case study is very much in line with the present context because आजकल बहुत सारे ऐसे cases हो रहे हैं, ठीक है? And of course, IAS officers भी कहीं ना कहीं politically biased हो सकते हैं, but as per the rules, they must maintain political neutrality. So, what will be the introduction? Let's first quickly analyze the introduction. As a public service officer, civil servants occupy a very unique position. That is, their personal values must align with two things. Personal values must align with constitutional morality plus professional, already mentioned here. The political neutrality here, this is professional neutrality. So you can begin with just this simple sentence that civil servants occupy a very unique position where their personal values must align with the constitutional morality and professional neutrality. Now, here Mr. Ravi is facing an ethical dilemma between freedom of expression versus the need for political neutrality, which is demanded by the civil service rules. So, in short, we have just described the whole case study, that a basic intro, we have given some insights, then we have explained the dilemma as well in brief. Similarly, you will write the introduction, then what you will do, you will identify the stakeholders. So, who are the stakeholders here? First, of course, you, that is Mr. Ravi, the IAS officer. Second, general public, because this post has gone viral and people are praising your courage and people are commenting. Then the political entities on whom you have the leader, तो आपने criticize किया है subtly. Civil service institution, because you have to obey the All India Service Conduct Rules. Media, so these are all the major, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and of course the sixth one, that is the district administration. So these are the major stakeholders. Now let's quickly jump to the questions. The first one is, what ethical principles are in conflict in this situation? So we'll write about all the dilemmas. The question mentions about the conflict. So whenever it is asking about conflict, you will write two ethical situations in conflict, like we are answering the first one. So the values, ethical values in conflict. First up, as mentioned, the freedom of speech versus the code of conduct. Second is personal conscience versus the professional ethics. And third, transparency versus discretion. So let me just explain these. First, of course, freedom of speech under the Article 19. But we also, the civil servants are bound by the code of conduct as per the civil service rules. So there is a conflict there. Text is the personal conscience because he wants to speak against hate speech, right? He wants to maintain some harmony, but people are commenting, and these comments can be seen as some partiality, right? Partisanship. So, as per the professional ethics, it is violating what his personal conscience demands. That is, yes, of course, it shows some moral courage that he is speaking against hate speech, but it is not aligning with the professional ethics, which is getting devoid of any partisanship from the public. Then transparency versus discretion. Now, though this particular person, Ravi, as an IS officer, has done right personally, but the platform, the mode, the platform which he has chosen is not right. This social media platform raises concerns about prop writing. So a number of terms, just look at all the terms which we have used. In similar fashion, you can also use these comments and write in the first part. The first part is more or less addressed. We'll quickly look at the second dimension, that is, how should Ravi respond to balance personal conscience and professional responsibility? So very clearly the question is mentioning that there are two dimensions, personal conscience and the professional responsibility, and these must be balanced. So what will be the course to action? So first, Mr. Ravi must acknowledge that his intent behind this post was promoting or maintaining the harmony, social harmony. But at the same time, the choice of the platform might have compromised his role's neutrality. But this was totally a non-political comment. So the intent must be clear. Second, in the written clarification as demanded by the DC, he must mention that the comment was non-partisan plus promoted by public interest only. No hidden political agenda or bias. So एक इंटेंट क्लियर करना इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, क्लैरिफाई करना. सेकेंड, आपको रिटर्न क्लैरिफिकेशन में यही बात को एक प्रोफेशनल वे में लिख के सबमिट करनी है. थर्ड, Mr. Ravi can also ask or request the administration for some internal communal dialogues or some awareness program to promote the communal harmony. Now, what will this do? This will show some proactive engagement, that you are genuinely concerned by this issue. What else? Another point can be in future, Mr. Ravi must choose the institutional channels. Institutional channels or some confidential advisories so that no such issue is again brought up to light or he is at any conflict. So let's jump back to the question. We have addressed the second question as well, that how he should respond and how he should balance both the dilemmas. Now, what else? Of course, a conclusion. Because without conclusion, the answer is incomplete. See, what can be written here is, while civil servants are not value neutral, because they are also humans, right? They must be having some values in their mindset, but they are supposed to act in a non-partisan, neutral manner. Mr. Ravi's stand for social cohesion is commendable, no doubt, but he must choose the professional and institutional channels for raising his concern, genuine concern. What will this do? This will maintain sanctity of the services, which is most crucial. So in a very simple manner, we have summed up whole case study, but here we have used certain terms which you must keep in mind, that civil servants are not value neutral, but they are supposed to act in a non-partisan, neutral manner. Mr. Ravi's stand for social cohesion is commendable, but he must choose some professional and institutional challenges to maintain the sanctity of the service. That's it. We have completed the whole answer. Introduction, all the stakeholders, the 6 stakeholders here. Yes, often the stakeholders which are omitted are media and general public. So always make sure if the public is getting affected, not just the district administration, the political entities, but those who are mentioned. Apart from this, there are all those people who are getting affected. Media, general public, civil service institution as well. So keep a note of this. All the key terms in the introduction. In the first part, you are writing as a conflict, because the question was asking about the conflict of the values. So one value that are personal and core to human, and then second one which are about the professional ethics, code of conduct and discretion. In the course of action, we have very carefully jotted down all the points using specific terminology. Harmony, about written clarification. We will keep in mind the case study that a written clarification was asked. So first course of action must be to give the written reply to the DC as summoned. Then in future also what he must do, and to show that of course it's a genuine concern, so to promote the communal harmony also some proactive engagement must be done. In the conclusion, we have summed up whole case study. So this is it for today. I hope you have a better picture about this case study, how to answer it, how the structure of the answer must look in ethics. We'll be back with another interesting video super soon. Thanks for watching.